Yo, what's up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. First of all, apologies, it's been about a week since I last uploaded and that is on me. I've been pursuing some other career opportunities and stuff and busy with some stuff, so that was unlike me to not post for a week, but I'm about to head home to Milwaukee for the Milwaukee Regional, and I've got some videos going out ahead of the weekend for you guys that I hope you enjoy. Starting with a banger, because we hit number 4 in the world, not clickbait. I don't clickbait you, do I? Number 4 on the Go Battle League Global Leaderboard, April 30th as of today. Pretty exciting stuff to get there. It's Q Time City. When you get to that high in the leaderboard, it takes a while. What's the team we're running? Boom. Tinkaton, making its first appearance on the channel with Golisopod and Jelly. Rise! You have the moveset wrong. I see the graphic on the left. That's not the correct moveset. You're right. I was running the wrong moveset on Golisopod for this first game. This first game, we actually still had the moveset we were using for a different format. So our pod has the wrong moveset for this first battle, then we adjust it. But honestly, in this matchup, Fury Cutter is probably just as good, if not better, than Shadow Claw. But anyway, we come back in with Tinkaton now. And this is going to be an interesting battle. Does this energy farm that we get with Tinkaton open up some win conditions? We also lured out Mandibuzz, so Jelly avoids it, hopefully. Assuming they come back in with Quagsire, I can throw a Play Rough to do some significant damage here. If you guys are unfamiliar with Tinkaton, it runs Bulldoze and Play Rough as the standard moveset. Bulldoze is really just there as a cheap energy cost bait move. It does like nothing. And it is 45 energy, so it's not the cheapest of bait moves, but this is looking pretty tough. They have a hard check all the way for us. Jelly met by this Charge-a-Bug. And we are going to put up both Protect Shields here, try to dance our way around this somehow. But this is looking pretty brutal. They throw another Discharge here. They do throw an Alignment, giving me a free Hex, which is kind of nice. I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball here after 1 for proper timing. And we are going to see what they decide to do. We go for a Surf here to try and force that final shield off of Quag. And I'm hoping they're running like Aqua Tail Stone Edge. I feel like I still have some solid play here. They throw. But unfortunately for us, they're going to reveal they do have Mud Bomb. And unfortunately, Bulldoze does such little damage. I wasn't convinced it would be enough. Would it have been enough one Fairy Wind earlier? Maybe. Maybe it would have been enough if I threw one Fairy Wind earlier. It's real close. We looked it up. It does about 18%. So I think it would have been like right on the... I think it would have been right... like a few HP probably was the difference there. If I'd thrown one Fairy Wind earlier, could have maybe knocked out the Quag, but I wasn't convinced Bulldoze was enough. It might have also lived, so we're not quite sure there. We lose game 1, but then we start to go on a run with this team. And we see a Dusclops in the lead. Dusclops is a pretty strong Pokemon now. I mean, it's so spammy. After a certain number of hexes, you're eventually going to get to a Shadow Punch in just 2 hexes. It's always 3 and then 2 eventually. So we are going to be absorbing these Shadow Punches. Tinkaton, a relatively bulky Pokemon, as I'm sure most of you know. So we're just going to be eating multiple Shadow Punches here. Getting off another Play Rough. And I think at this point I'm just kind of letting Dusclops throw its energy. And I think I might even make an aggressive pivot here if I remember correctly. Yeah, instead of letting him just freely hex me down. Aggressive pivot into Golisopod, which oftentimes is a pretty good safe swap. We eat the Shadow Punch. In comes Guzz, and this is perfect. Because this lures out the Guzzlord with something that can actually hit it with super effective charge attacks. And our Jelly hopefully avoids it. I have both. I'm only going to get to 2 moves anyway. So I go back to back here. Best case scenario is this would be a CMP. And they actually let it go, which surprises me. What's in back? It's a Tinkaton. And Golisopod not only going to knock out the Guzzlord, but going to get off an Aqua Jet against this Tinkaton as well. This puts us in a really good position. We have both shields still for Jelly. I'm actually going to let this first one go, because even if it's a Play Rough, I can tank one comfortably. And I felt like with 2 shields still in play, a Bulldoze was pretty likely bait. I still actually decide to no-show, because once again, I know I can take a Play Rough. Play Rough probably does comparable damage here to a Shadow Punch. So now I'm just going to go for Surf, because I feel like Shadow Ball might not be enough, so I'm actually going to go for a double Surf play. And I figure I can just throw back-to-back here, because I'm not going to get Hex down from this range before I get to another Surf. So I felt like this was the safe play. I still have both my shields, and this will be a nice little 2-shield flex here to win game numero dos. And we move on to the next one right away. Tinkaton into Dragonite. Amazing lead. Hopefully we can maintain this alignment. They swap into Lapras, and I make a mistake. I should have gone Jelly here. Lapras can flip the Jellicent matchup as well. But it would have been better for me to go Jelly, because this is just not nearly as comfortable. I think Jelly wins the 0s and the 1s against Lapras. Lapras only wins the 2s. But with Skull Bash there, like, it's going to be hard for me to maintain alignment no matter what I do here. Go for another X-Scissor. And I actually decide after this, because my X-Scissor is not going to knock out this defense-buffed Lapras, right? I actually hard pivot Jelly. And I think my opponent messes up here. They stay in. I think they should have immediately gone Dragonite, but let's see how this plays out, because they're letting me farm up a ton here. But Lapras, I mean, gets to these Sparkling Arias so quick. Like, it's putting up a lot of chip damage here. I wait to not let him catch. I get off this Shadow Ball here. Shadow Ball connects. And honestly, I should have just surfed right away. Instead, I did 2 hexes. Because he probably would have let it go, right? So I probably should have just surfed right away. I would have had more health. And then maybe I could have got to a move against... probably not still. But this is awkward, dude. Oh, wait. Is this the game I do the thing? This might be the game I do the thing. Check this out. Okay. We go for the Play Rough here. Gastro's building up. 1, 2, 3. CMP catch. Charge attack priority catch with the pod. We get the shield. Let's go, baby. And not only do we get the shield, we catch the earth power. They didn't even body slam bait. Unbelievable. Now we go for the Play Rough. What a play. Sorry. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think that was a pretty nice one. You kind of got to give me some credit there, Clarence. Clarence in the chat. Yeah, Rise. You got lucky with all these leads. I don't know, Clarence. I think that was a pretty... nice play. Give me my props. Tinkaton into Jumpluff. Shadow Jumpluff. So pretty good matchup for us. Double Play Rough, depending on the Jumpluff. If it's like not very good, I think Double Play Rough is enough to KO. But if it's a good Jumpluff, they'll live Double Play Rough and still get to an Aerial Ace after 2 Acrobatics. This looks like it's not great IVs. So we are going to be able to comfortably take 2 Acrobatics. Well, maybe not comfortably, but without the risk of getting knocked out. And we're going to overfarm a little bit, go for another Play Rough here. No point in baiting, really. Baiting would just be too risky. So they let it go. They come in Quag, and I get off a Parting Play Rough. This is really nice. Really nice to get into a Parting Play Rough here. Now I'm left with a decision. They have a lot of energy and potentially Stone Edge. So it's kind of awkward to come in with Pod, but I feel like Pod still is my better answer, and shields are still up. So I do come in with Pod here. Pod going to successfully shield a Stone Edge. That's nice. In comes Malamar. A little bit weird here. Not weird-ear, but weird here. Because if I take a foul play, I'm not going to get to a third, and I'm going to get outpaced to 2 foul plays here. So I can't really afford to shield Pod. So I think I just use Pod at this point to take some energy. And we try to put this all on Jelly. Pod barely hangs on, so maybe a catch opportunity later. I think I decide to shield this foul play because it's going to do more than anything. I mean, unless a Shadow Stone Edge does more, I don't know. But I would think foul play does the most out of the remaining moves. We're going to get off this Surf against Quag. And because we have a head start on energy, we just need to get to this Shadow Ball first. Against Malamar, we're only 2 hexes away. Beautiful. If we were 3 hexes away, they probably would have got there first. But luckily, we were 2 away. Bang. Knocks out Malamar. and gets the win. Jelly, is it back? I don't know. I don't know about that. I tried it recently in a tournament. I did not do so well in that one. Did not have success, but maybe with the addition of Tinkaton, it's, you know, it's like preventing some Drapion, so maybe Jelly has a little bit more play. And now, yeah, okay, I think I built up a bunch of energy. They have so much energy with this pod. I built up a ton of energy, then I swapped Jelly to absorb it. They're just building. They're like Bob the Builder. They come in with Drapion here. I get off a Surf. Surf's up, dude. They are going to time this well. Get off a Crunch, most likely, to knock us out. I'm going to come back in with Tinkaton. Get off this Bulldoze, which hopefully is enough to knock out here. Bulldoze, very weak move, but super effective against Drapion. Is enough to knock out. In comes Pod again. Pod has a ton of energy here. So we're going to have to probably eat 2 Aqua Jets. Are we going to withstand this next Aqua Jet? Oh, they don't throw it. So we get off the play rough, which will probably force the final Protect Shield. And at this point, I decide, since he has so much energy, I'm just going to use my Tinkaton to absorb 1 more Aqua Jet here and put this all on the back of my own Golisopod. And it's their own Tinkaton in back. So kind of roll reversal here. But we're up 2 shield, which is great for us. Aqua Jet coming through. Bang. And at this point, I think I decide to... Oh, no, I do shield. Yeah, I guess I figure even if they bulldoze, that's fine. And then I throw before the potential play rough. Hopefully this is enough to knock out. It is. And now we should be out of X-Scissor range. And we get to our own X-Scissor to knock out their Golisopod. Let's go, baby. Nice little win there. And does that mark the end of the first set? It does. That is a 4-1 set. We'll climb a little bit. We get a little teddy bear that we can hug. On our way to 3,200 ELO. Let's go. Next one. 3201. The ELO is climbing, baby. We out here. We climbing. Who is going to be next? Apparently it's an error. Skip ahead a little bit. The Dannies. Tinkaton into a shiny Shadow Sableye. Very cool. Great lead for us. We resist everything from Sableye's charge attacks. Don't resist its fast attack Shadow Claws. But they go for a foul play. Look how little that does to Tinkaton. Tinkaton really likes this matchup. I just go straight for the play rough. Guarantee the shield or the knockout. And look at this. We've got a healthy Tinkaton. We're looking to be in a good spot. Pivot Golisopod. Debating whether I want to shield this or not. I just had to shield it. I mean, Sludge from Shadow Swampert does a good amount. And they swap into a Toxapex. I'm like, okay, this is pretty bad, honestly, for my Golisopod. But my Jelly has a ton of play. So I would have preferred to probably no shield that Sludge. But how are we going to play this out? Go for another Aqua Jet here. I think I decided to let this go, force him to expend a Sludge Wave. And now I'm thinking, like, where else am I going to use my Tinkaton other than here? So I bring it in. They're going to have to go for a Brine. I think I lagged a turn there, unfortunately. It's all right. I'm going to try and double up so I have some energy for the Swampert maybe later. But I don't really want to expend both of them here because I want to get a head start with Jelly. And now this is, like, weird, because this is a great matchup for us, but we're down a shield, and we know how dangerous Swampert is up a Protect Shield. I mean, if you look at, like, PV Pokerite and look at Pokemon simulations up a shield, there are so many things that look, that, like, they lose to very few things when up a shield. One shield is a significant advantage, especially for a spammy Hydro Cannon beast like Shadow Swampert. Looks like we're still not quite in Hydro Cannon range. The switch timer is going to be coming up, so we have to be cognizant of the potential catch on the Toxapex, and we call it perfectly. The game actually visually updating properly. So we're able to combo. They have the Hydro Cannon, we have the Surf, but I think we should withstand the Hydro Cannon from this range. The bulk of Jelly coming in clutch. The Jellymeister. Oh, I didn't put Jellymeister in the graphic title. Unfortunate. But we affectionately call it the Jellymeister. And it's on to the next one. Tinkaton Mirror. This little fella is everywhere. Tinkaton looks awfully funny, doesn't it? Looks awfully funny. What the heck even is Tinkaton? I don't know. Bulldoze coming through. You see just how weak Bulldoze is in the Tinkaton Mirror match when it does like less than 30% super effective damage. Go for another one here. We did get that Bulldoze defense drop. This one will do a little bit more. We get a second Bulldoze defense drop. And now he has the back-to-back. So I think what I decide to do is go for the catch here. We successfully catch onto our Golisopod. We bank a Bulldoze that maybe we can use for later. And comes Spiritomb. And they did get the defense drop. So now I'm a little bit worried. Am I going to get Sucker Punch down before I get to 2 Aqua Jets? Let's see. It's going to be awfully close. But I think they recognized I was going to live, so they do throw the Rock Tomb here. And I decided to shield because I figure, like, this Aqua Jet is useful for me. If I don't get off this chip damage or get the final shield, like, this Spiritomb could really wreak havoc on my Jellicent. And I'm actually able to switch out. And since the switch timers are desynced, I get off this Play Rough against Spiritomb. This is huge. In comes Dusclops. Okay, not bad. They try to make a catch. Nice play. But I'm able to double up on Bulldoze. So not only can I get rid of this Tinkaton, but I can get a little bit of chip damage onto Dusclops. Put it well within Shadow Ball range. Plus the Hexes. So now we don't really have to worry about much other than the potential for like a Poltergeist. He does have a lot of energy, so I do shield the first one. But we should be able to withstand a Shadow Punch. No problem here. Non-Shadow Dusclops, not as threatening. And look at that. We actually would have survived 2 Shadow Punches. Shadow Dusclops probably wouldn't be able to live 2 Shadow Punches. But from the regular, we can. And a nice win. Ghost versus Ghost. On to the next one. Shout out to my chat, by the way, who suggested this team. I heard this team suggestion. I was like, that looks kind of awkward. But it worked out. You never know. Sometimes teams you aren't expecting to do well work out well. And, oh, I make a huge mistake this game. I don't even want to watch this game, bro. This is so embarrassing. I let in a free Gust there. Oh, my gosh, dude. That's so embarrassing. I let in a free Gust. If I don't let in that free Gust, I would have reached another Aqua Jet, so I would have had a shield advantage here. Tinkaton's going to have to absorb all this damage and try to give us some sort of advantage. Hope that our Jelly can go off. But they Feather Dance us. I go for a Bulldoze here, hoping I can Fairy Wind down after before another charge attack. But no, they get to another charge attack. Brutal. Brutal. Air Cutter. I hard swap Jelly, and dude, imagine if I was up a shield right now. This would be so much better. This would be so much better, dude. Gonna get off this Surf against Ty, but they still have both Protect shields. So this is not looking great. They still have a Gastrodon as well, waiting for our Tinkaton. They throw on proper timing. They are 1 away. So they have the Thunder Punch right now, and I'm still 1 away on Jelly. I swap and kind of call their swap, but unfortunately, this doesn't do me much good because now Gastrodon's just going to farm us down, and the Typhlosion has the Thunder Punch banked, so doesn't really do much for us anyway. And Earth Power might be enough to knock out our Jelly from this range. On paper, that was a pretty tough alignment, to be honest, but if I had just thrown on better timing against the Pidgeot, I probably could have... I don't know if I would have won for sure, but I would have definitely had a chance to flip that. All right. Tinkaton into Malamar, good lead. Great counter swap here. Jellicent. Jellicent going for Surf. Really good matchup for Jelly. able to two-shot Claude. And I make... Oh, I remember this game. Dude, I play this game is so sloppy. Don't watch if you get triggered easily. I play this so sloppy. First of all, I should have thrown earlier to not have to go down a shield. Dude, this is so bad, dude. I play this so bad. Surf coming through. Bang. Knocks out Claude. I get so greedy here because I forgot that they stayed in for a second. So it's 10 turns. I get so greedy. So greedy. Greedier than a greedent. All that energy goes to waste. I could have just thrown earlier, but luckily we like totally RPS them. So I think we're still in a pretty good spot. But I could not have played that game much worse. And this goes to show you sometimes it truly is just straight RPS. There are a certain amount of games that you're going to win just based on team comp. There's a certain amount of games you're probably going to lose just based on team comp. It's those middle games, which are a lot of them, that you try to flip. And this was one of those games that, even though I played pretty bad, my team comp was enough where we're still looking in a good spot. We save an Aqua Jet for later. And I just go straight for play rough because I figure even if he lets this go and tries to like farm down with Gastro's already been chipped so much that there's no way he can like farm me down and get to a move against, yeah, Pod. So we're chilling. We're chilling. Next battle. Might be the last battle. Oh gosh, Lantern. Lantern's pretty awkward for us. This is our best answer, I mean. Now, the weird thing with Tinkaton is, like, knowing when to go for what. So it's like, do I go for Bulldoze here? Because I can go for 3 Bulldoze, which will look to knock out. But would, like, 2 Play Roughs knock out? Would that be more efficient? I'm not sure. So that's going to be something to look into. But I guess you're not going to see too many Lantern. Bulldoze. Bang coming through. We do get the defense drop as well. I kind of want to get rid of this Lantern. I mean, it's a bit of a menace for my backline. They swap in a Wiggles. They swap in a Wiggles. Unbelievable. Play rough. Gets the shield. We're just going to stay in here. Try to get to another. And we do get to another play rough, which knocks out. I hard swap Jelly because Jelly, in theory, resists both Icy Wind and Swift. But check this out. This dang Wiggles is a menace. It's running Disarming Voice. Does some solid damage to our Jelly. I get off a Surf, try to get rid of this Wiggly. But they say no. They're going to shield their Wiggly. I lose Chart Attack Priority here. I know they have to expend a Disarming Voice to knock me out, so I let this go. It is a Disarming Voice. I still have a shield for Pod. Lantern is, I believe, in X's range. So that's what's still going for us here. I overfarm a little bit. Theoretically, I think could have done one more to not take that next charm. Expecting maybe Lantern to come in. But no, it's a Alolan Ninetales with Powder Snow. Powder Snow here is going to keep us in this game. I think they did 6 there, but this is not looking comfortable. Because 1 Aqua Jet's probably not going to be enough. I wait a turn. Aqua Jet coming through. And then they try to catch. And I commit to doubling up here. And I get the double up. X-Scissor plus Aqua Jet. Let's go, baby. Golisopod coming in clutch. Probably our second best win of the video there coming at the end. I think the first one had to be that CMP catch. And that one, some nice patience in the end game. We catch a Mienfoo, and the elo goes to 32-26. It would then go even further to, to 32-73 off stream. The queue times were pretty insane. I was like laying in bed. Dude, laying in bed at night is like, seems to be oftentimes when I get my highest rankings on the leaderboard. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And all that said, thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.